Okay, you guys, the drama that has been going on between Taylor Frankie Paul from Secret Wives of Mormon Lives and her baby daddy ex-boyfriend Dakota has been nonstop since we talked about it last month. I mean, like every day they are making headlines, leaking information about each other, leaking images. Taylor is posting cryptic things on social media, then deactivating her accounts, then reactivating. Like, it is all just insane. And they are choosing to do it in front of the entire world instead of stepping back to focus on their kids. And now, to top it all off, she is allegedly jumping back in with the winner of her unaired season of The Bachelorette. And I still think that ABC and Disney should have known better from the start. And as a mother, she also should have known better. Now, before we talk about this, I want to thank you guys for being here. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing here on The Brett Cooper Show, make sure to ring that notification bell. All right, so as you guys probably remember, since the last time that we talked about Miss Taylor Frankie Paul, The Bachelorette decided to pull her upcoming season of the show. And the main reason for this was because a video of her 2023 domestic violence incident with Dakota was leaked to TMZ, causing the internet and her and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and The Bachelorette to just go up in flames, and The Bachelorette decided to cancel the season. Now, as I talked about before, I still call BS on all of that because the Bachelor franchise, the Walt Disney Company, ABC, they all knew about this 2023 incident. Now, they might not have had the video, but they knew what had happened. It was a huge part of the plot in the first season of Secret Wives of Mormon Wives. They knew what they were getting into, and they still chose to cast her to lead this season of The Bachelorette. And so pretending like this was some big shock that they needed to process, they needed, to take the moral high ground, that this now was enough to pull her off the air, it is just ridiculous because you all knew. In fact, they literally cast her as The Bachelorette because she was so controversial, because she was so viral. They thought that she would breathe new life and new attention into the franchise. And so it is so ridiculous and honestly dishonest for them to act like this is also shocked, so surprised that this domestic violence incident was actually, yes, domestic violence. And remember, guys, as all of this was happening, as the 2023 video was coming out, she and Dakota were dealing with another incident from February. So I think that this is the second or third domestic violence incident that we know about between the two of them. Again, this took place after she had finished filming The Bachelorette. This was right before it was supposed to premiere. And then last month, back in March, they were both court mandated to undergo a psych evaluation after that incident happened. Dakota apparently alleged that she choked and scratched him. Taylor alleged that he slammed her head against the console. And so that, now in combination with the 2023 video and everything going on with The Bachelorette, that also caused ABC and Hulu to pause filming on the current season of The Secret Wives of Mormon Lives that they were working on. And so now I think you guys are all caught up. Now, after all of that came out and the dust started to settle, Taylor finally spoke out, and she has continuously said over the past month that there is more to the story and that the videos and the photos, the police reports, that they do not paint the full picture about her and Dakota and their relationship. So she said there is more context to everything, and it is unfortunate, she told us. It has been hard and it sucks to be in this position. And the mother that I am, that is something that I will always stand my ground on. I believe that I am a good mother and I have always treated my kids very well. So the headlines that are out right now are very hard to see because that's not the truth of it. I have always treated my children with respect and I've never touched them. So it has been really hard. And so from Taylor's point of view, in regards to the 2023 incident that now everybody is talking about, she was saying that Dakota had pushed her into the garage and locked her in, and we only saw what happened after she got back into the house and then was retaliating against him. And my thoughts are that I fully believe that both of them were going at it, that they were both doing things to each other. I doubt that she was the only unstable one in this relationship, but this was still domestic violence. Like, we saw the video and she still did throw a chair that hit her child. And when Dakota brought that up, she said, I don't care. Like, we all saw that on video. So while yes, you might have been in a toxic, unstable relationship, you might not be the only toxic and unstable one. You did, based on what the world just saw in that leaked video, touch your child. Just saying. And that is what the public and all of the headlines are reacting to. We're not just pulling this out of our asses. It's not a rumor. We literally watched it happen on camera. Anyway, that is what she has been saying after all of this. Now, since then, Dakota reportedly received temporary sole custody of the son that they share, while Taylor is restricted to supervised visits for a short period of time. And now it has come out that this week in court, actually, I think maybe today, both of them are set to seek protective orders against each other. Like, all of the headlines are saying that they are dueling protective orders against each other. In addition to that, photos from their domestic violence injuries from the incident in February came out, which you can see right here. Both parties leaked them to the press. And I mean, like, obviously, as you guys can see, these injuries are serious. And I mean, we only saw that one full video, but they were very obviously, very clearly violent with one another. So I'm not surprised by these photos whatsoever. This was not a healthy or stable relationship in the slightest. Also, if you watch The Secret Life of Mormon Wives, you would know that. Again, it was public knowledge, and yet they have continuously chosen to come back to one another. Remember, she literally slept with him, allegedly. Well, that's not alleged. We saw it on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but she slept with him the night before she left to go start filming The Bachelorette. She was apparently done with him. She was healed and happy. She was ready to find true love on The Bachelorette. Meanwhile, 24 hours prior, she was sleeping with this man. So yeah, right, healed my ass. Now, meanwhile, Taylor was apparently not the only one who was hanging on, because Dakota was apparently still in love with her. He allegedly got her initials tattooed on the inside of his lip the day that her Bachelorette promo was released, leading her to say that he was possessive over her, which you can see in this headline right here. And so as we are watching all of this play out online in front of the world, I think for most common sense, rational people on the internet, I think they've realized that maybe in this case, it's futile to pick sides, because they are both just screwed up people, and it is a very screwed up, toxic relationship. Like somebody commented and said, looks like they both beat each other up and they are just too toxic to ever make it work. Somebody said they are both so effed up, never speak to each other again, ever. Like, we are going to get involved now. We are keeping you away from each other because obviously this is not healthy. Somebody else said they are both absolutely toxic with red flags. Neither of them should be on a TV. That's important. They need to concentrate on getting their lives back together. They are the last thing I want my kids looking up to. Okay, well, to be fair, ma'am, your children absolutely should not be looking up to them. They should not know who Taylor Frankie Paul and Dakota are. They should not be watching either of these shows to begin with. But what your kids should be doing is cuddling up with a Cozy Earth blanket. Now, obviously, you guys know I love my bubble cuddle blanket and my Cozy Earth sheets, but the most underrated things from Cozy Earth are their clothing, and that is what I need to talk to you about today. So when I was pregnant, I literally lived in their soft bamboo pajamas. Their loungewear is so incredible, and truly, guys, their fine ribbed white t-shirt is the best basic t-shirt I have ever owned. I wear it at least 3 times a week. I've worn it on the show. It is just amazing. You need to get it. They also have incredible slippers and clogs that can take you from bed to the grocery store without anyone or yourself batting an eye. Their clothing and shoes are all ultra soft. They prioritize sleek comfort over everything. They are essential wardrobe staples that help you feel put together, even on days when you do not leave the house and just want to feel comfortable and relaxed. Especially for any moms out there like me, or folks who work from home and still want to be comfortable but put together, this is for you. I'm telling you, you will love it. So this spring, give yourself the kind of comfort that lives with you all day, way before you slip into pajamas and head into bed. Head on over to CozyEarth.com and use my code Brett for an exclusive 20% off. Again, that is code Brett for 20% off. And if you see a post-purchase survey after you check out, mention that you heard about Cozy Earth right here on The Brett Cooper Show. Anyway, back to the story, which is a lot less cozy and lovey-dovey than my Cozy Earth pajamas. Speaking of kids, like, the only side that we should be taking in this insanely effed up story is the side of the children. The child that Dakota and Taylor share, the child from her previous marriage that is now involved in all of this, they are now stuck in the middle of this incredibly destructive mess. Anyway, just saying, again, that should be common sense. Now, in addition to the photos of their injuries, screenshots of their texts have also been leaked, most likely by Taylor, but the texts just further show us how unstable this relationship is. So, for example, in one conversation, Dakota is texting Taylor and says, actually, I'm good. F this. My truck is effed. Goodbye. F your abuse. Peace out. She says, F yours. And then he says, see you in court. But then allegedly, like moments before, I think allegedly this was them texting on the same day, they were talking about their relationship in this manner. So Dakota is texting her and saying, I'm not doing well. She's responding and saying, I'm sorry, what's going on? And he says, I just feel so broken right now and I need love. And she says, how can I give that and help you? And then he says, I feel so unworthy of love. I haven't seen you love me in so long. I'm finally breaking. She's going, I know, I'm sorry. I wish I was stronger for all of this. I hate it too. And then they're talking about her season of The Bachelorette coming out soon. And he says, and now I have to watch you fall in love with the rest of the world and give every guy a side of you I have craved every day. I can't. Also, I've never seen a man use that many heartbreak emojis. That's just a little weird, putting that out there. But like, again, the whole thing is just so messy. Like, I don't know if he is like love dumping, trauma dumping on her and she's just trying to hold it together. I don't know if this is just like a dance that they do. It's just weird. And like, it is so messy, in fact, that Utah prosecutors have chosen not to file charges against either of them for the incident that took place in February because neither of them are quote unquote credible witnesses. Like, we have no idea what is going on in this relationship. Now, interestingly, as all of that is taking place in Utah, back in Hollywood, Rob Mills, who is one of the VPs at Disney, hinted that even after all of this, her season of The Bachelorette could still air, saying, and I quote, I think everything really is a day at a time. Everything concerning Taylor, first and foremost, is that we are making sure that anything she needs on a human level is taken care of, and then we can talk about anything from the show perspective later on. And then, I think that this was in the same interview, but he finally addresses Disney's thoughts, ABC's thoughts, with why they cast Taylor as the lead in the first place. So again, this is Rob Mills, and he says, I had met with Taylor. She had said, look, I'm raising 3 kids with different fathers. One I have a phenomenal co-parenting relationship with, the other is a challenge. But I'm really looking for a partner and somebody who can help me. We're going to get to that. Her motives were really sincere. Walking into that was a really exciting story to tell through the lens of The Bachelorette. Obviously, with everything that happened and everything that everyone is going through, that is the hard part. Everything that Taylor has had to go through has been really hard. The season itself is really, really fantastic. It was a great journey for her. All right, so my thought on this and what he's saying is that I'm sure that what Taylor was saying, I'm sure what Rob Mills is saying was all genuine. Like, I'm sure that she did not want to pass up this career opportunity because obviously that is really what this is about. It's not about finding love. It is about a career opportunity. But she clearly was not ready for this. She was not ready to find new love or honestly to have more of a microscope put on her life. And I still believe that Disney and ABC and Hulu should have known better before hiring her, should have known that something like this was a possibility. Because again, her show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, that she is the star of, like she created Mom Talk, which then started the entire show. It is on Hulu and it is produced by Hulu and its partners. And The Bachelorette, which then she was hired for, is on ABC. And both of these organizations are owned by Disney. And Disney produced both of these shows. Again, Taylor is the star of Secret Lives with Mormon Wives. I think that they, more than anyone else, probably intimately know her volatile situation with Dakota and her family. They should have known that something like this could potentially happen. But again, that's probably too much to ask because they are in the business of good viral TV, regardless of what happens to the people that are on that screen. And if we were being even more honest, like the person who really should have known better was Taylor herself, because she has 3 children to worry about. If she is in a volatile relationship with one of the children's fathers, working through that should have been her priority, not going on and doing yet another TV show and talking about wanting to find a new partner, because she has children to worry about. And if her relationship with Dakota was not actually over, if it was not ended and stable, if he was still in love with her and being quote unquote possessive, if she was still kind of feeding into that and choosing to sleep with him the night before she left, if she thought that her being on the show could harm that co-parenting relationship, could harm her children, that should have come first. It feels like that's common sense for a normal, rationally minded person, that your children and your family, their stability comes first. But again, what do we expect? She is a reality TV star with a history of bad relationships and substance abuse and swinging. So what do you expect? Like, even if you think that she is a genuine person, that she is trying, like this was not a smart, well-calculated move for her family. And also, I want to add here that the thing that stuck out to me the most in this response from Rob Mills about hiring her was her saying that she was going on a TV show to find a partner that could help her through that unstable co-parenting relationship. It was not about finding love, finding a new man, finding a good father. No, she wanted a partner to help her with her toxic ex. That's insane. Why would ABC go for that? The Bachelorette, again, like we talked about last time, is supposed to be the classier reality TV show. It's really about finding love. They have all of these success stories. And you're hiring a woman that just wants somebody to help her through a bad situation. Like, I'm sorry, but I just think this is a good lesson for anyone, even if you are not Taylor Frankie Paul, if you're not a reality TV star, you should not be dating anyone with that sole purpose. You should not go into dating and get involved in somebody else's life if you are just wanting something from them. If you've not done the work to clean up your own room, as Jordan Peterson says, and heal yourself and get your life together, like that should be the top priority before bringing somebody else into your life and you getting involved in theirs. Like, that is just not fair to the men that she was going to be dating. And so yeah, I am not surprised, kind of jumping off to another point here, I'm not surprised that all the men on her season have been posting these like cryptic messages on TikTok and Reels, being angry over the situation and being upset with her. But I will say, I do find some of their cryptic posting a bit funny because I don't think that's the only reason why they are pissed. So like, this is the statement that somebody put out. The men on The Bachelorette have all been rallying around each other in solidarity. They feel extremely upset and let down by Taylor and the situation, according to a source at Us Weekly. And again, this is just as ridiculous as Disney pretending to be shocked and taking any kind of moral high ground. Again, that first incident that we all watched, it took place in 2023. It was documented on a reality TV show. Everybody was talking about it. It was public information how messy her life was, even if we did not have that specific video evidence. And you all, young men, you chose to go on her show anyway. You chose to go on her season and put yourselves out there as candidates for her partner to help fix her messy life. So in that regard, I'm really not sympathizing. Maybe they're all just pissed because they don't get to launch their influencer careers after the season aired. I don't know. Let's be real, that's probably why they're actually angry. But one man from Taylor's season of the show might just get his time in the spotlight after all, and that is the alleged winner of the season that she got engaged to at the end of the show, and that would be Doug, the singing lifeguard. According to Reality Steve, who is an amazing source on all things reality TV, as all of this was coming out and Taylor was dealing with the fallout from the domestic violence incident in February and the 2023 video and everything with Dakota, she and Doug went their separate ways. And you would think that somebody who is actually trying to put the pieces of her life together, that is focusing on her family, like she keeps saying, trying to stay off of social media, that she would maybe not jump back into dating, not try to get back onto reality TV. But no, Taylor Frankie Paul is allegedly doing both. She and Dougie are apparently trying to make it work, and she plans to return to filming for Secret Wives of Mormon Wives, as you can see right here. Production sources tell TMZ that Taylor's priority remains her kids and family, but she is not completely cutting off ties with the show, as we're told she will film at some point. Again, these are not serious people. Again, your children should not be looking up to them. They should not know who they are. But again, what do we expect? Because it's reality TV. And who knows, maybe Dougie and his lifeguard tan, his guitar serenading sessions will help her, will be the support system that she needs to finally cut off ties with Dakota, get her life back together, focus on her kids. But I hope that takes place off air for the time being, because she needs that. More importantly, her kids need that. And we, as the American populace, we need that.